Hi and welcome to Score Game and to another episode of Thronebreaker The Witcher Tales. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to thank you guys for watching my videos, it really means a lot to me. If you want to support the channel even more, a like and a comment is always welcome. Let's play some Gwent.
Meve had ridden out of Lyria in early spring, her retinue modest, as none larger was needed for the brief summit of sovereigns. She returned now to her capital, at the head of an army that dragged behind it bandits and Nilfgaardian prisoners in chains. The whole city came out to greet her. Its traders, craftsfolk, priests. Also, her eldest son and heir, Prince Willem. A boy who, it seemed, might never be prepared to rule. Meve and Willem rode side by side past the cheering throngs, their faces frozen in regal smiles. It was not until they reached the castle stables that they found a corner in which to speak freely, candidly.
Welcome home, Mother. Content I am to see you, to be sure.
And I'm happy to see you. Though I dare say I'd have been much happier to witness you leading an army towards Dravigrad. Willem, I trusted you. Left the realm in your care.
Indeed. And I, in turn, did my utmost to choose the best course for...
Willem, don't be so damned courtly. There's no one else here. My son. Nilfgaard has invaded our home. We're at war. When rulers don't strive and don't choose, when rulers grab their swords and shields and ride out to defend their subjects.
You didn't let me finish.
Very well. Dear peace.
All right. Say what you wanted to, please.
I feared I'd be hasty, Mother, and I didn't want to be. When we got word of the invasion, the lords convened at the castle. They demanded I hear them out. They wanted to give me counsel. If I'd rushed into the field to confront the foe, I'd have been half blind to the situation, not known all the options I had at my disposal.
A ruler never knows all the options. Yet he must decide and act nonetheless. I need to prepare. I'll see you at the Council of Peers.
And indeed she did, when the peers convened in the throne room. Surrounded by animal hides and Zerrikanian tapestries, the lords stood in tense silence, awaiting the queen. When her figure filled the doorway, they fawningly prostrated themselves.
We've myriad matters to resolve, so I trust you're well rested. Whatever the case, I've no doubt we shall meet the dawn afore we're done. Firstly, we must ask assistance. Pen a letter to King Demavend. Scribe, take this down. Dear... What? Uncle? Cousin? Blast. Again. I, Meve, by the gods' grace, sovereign of Rivia and...
Your Grace. Mother. The peers and I, we've come to propose another solution.
Yes? Out with it.
We wish to acknowledge Nilfgaard's authority, pledge fealty to the Emperor.
I beg your pardon.
The black-clad hordes outnumber our forces manyfold, and they're far better equipped. We stand not the slightest chance against them in open...
You will not lecture me about Nilfgaard's army, my son. All you know of them you garnered from coloured renderings, whereas I faced them at Dravigrad. I faced them and crushed them.
But your grace, the losses. For this fleeting victory in which you delight, how many of your subjects had to perish? Bend a knee afore the Emperor, and you shall spare thousands.
Nay, never! Understood, Caldwell? Not ever!
I'd hoped to persuade you, but it seems I've failed. Nonetheless, the die's been cast. We've signed the accord with Nilfgaard. Our noble lords stand with me.
The blood left Meve's face. She had realized her son, who had ever professed to detest politics and shirked his duties as crown prince, had just stabbed her in the back, as had her entire court.
What is this? Treason to my eyes! The gallows is what awaits you!
Willem rules Lyria now, and should you not acquiesce and approve the accord, I fear only you, milady, shall have the pleasure to meet the hangman.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Caldwell. My mother will not be harmed. Not one hair on her head. Understood? Confine the Queen to the tower.
You err deeply, my son.
The queen was confined to a cell. Gilded armor she had traded for a simple robe. A courtly retinue for a swarm of rats. She was the very picture of misery. At the window of her cell, gripping the bars, Meve stood powerless. Her anger so great she wept and wailed. Her Lyria was free no more.
Oh my god, we lost the entire deck. We lost everything. The crown.
Have I come at a bad time?
Demons take you, Caldwell. You've long been at this scheme, haven't you? You left the strays of Sparla to roam the realm, to forage, so that I would have to look to them. And thus gained your cohorts the time they needed to complete Lyria's sail to Nilfgaard.
You've seen through it all, that's clear. After the fact, of course. But still.
Willem, you turned him. How?
The boy's not fit to wear the crown. Hasn't sufficient wit nor valor. I know this. You know this. Just, he knows it not. Willem fancied himself a statesman. Wished terribly to prove he was one. I made it possible. I've been amply rewarded, I have. Palatine since just yesterday, in fact.
You'll have neither my blessing nor congratulations. Sorry to disappoint you.
I seek neither. I've come for another reason. To bid you adieu. Willem does not seek your death. Does not even fathom it, as you well know. Moreover, his resolve will wilt in time, and he'll wish to free you. So, come the morn, when the young king rides out to pledge fealty afore General Ep Dahi, you shall use your bed linens to hang yourself.
Never liked you, Caldwell, you traitor. Caldwell, do not do this. Go plow yourself, Caldwell.
I see. You wish to see me bow afore you, lie prostrate, beg you for mercy, plough yourself with a pike, Caldwell. And you needn't send your thugs. I'll not falter nor hesitate. I'll take my own life.
Adieu, your grace, and use your last evening wisely.
Meve felt a rush of despair, yet bit her lip to mute any weeping. No, she would not give Caldwell the satisfaction. Morning arrived with the sound of footsteps in the corridor. Meve rose from her cot and stood in the center of her cell. She was prepared for anything. Well, nearly anything.
The Duke of Dogs.
Titles seem senseless under the circumstances, don't you think? Let's forgo them. I'm Gascon.
Has Caldwell sent you? To kill me?
No and a no. Actually, you're free.
How shall I put this? That cad, Count Caldwell, used yours truly and the strays as bait in a scheme aimed at kicking your shapely backside off your throne.
Now, I'm hardly vindictive. First to forgive, in fact. Take your threat to send me to the gallows. Forgotten already. Yet being played for a fool, I cannot abide.
So when the strays freed me, I knew what I'd do to spite the Count afore I disappeared. I'd free you. That's to say, on one condition. You've got to request it of me, my lady. Courteously.
In that case, please free me. I'd sooner die. Ah, I think this is what she would actually say.
For my realm I will do this, and much, much more. Even bow afore a brigand. Thus I beg you, Gascon, Duke of Dogs, grant me my freedom.
Ha! Incredible! I've lived to see someone grovel with dignity. The true ruler you've got to be. You are free.
I'm grateful. Now please let me pass. I must get to the city jail at once.
Would you look at this woman? Free her from one prison, she flies off to the next.
They hold Reynard there. And if I've any ally left, anyone who's not betrayed me, it's him. I must get him out.
Hold, my lady. Unarmed? Alone?
Have I any other option?
In a sense. See, they locked a few strays in the city pits too. Got a common cause, I'd say. Care to join forces?
The Queen took Gascon up on his offer. Then she, Gascon, and the strays snuck through the city to its dungeon. Reynard had not wavered for a moment in his devotion to the Queen. Never the slouch, he had also not lost any time.
I've inquired among the other arrested soldiers. Many are prepared to fight, even die at your side, Your Grace.
Seems they may yet get their chance. But now we must flee. All of us.
Yet in leaving the jail, the company ran into trouble. When Caldwell's cutthroats had failed to find Meve in her cell waiting for her secret execution, they had informed the Count. He, in turn, dispatched patrols into the streets. The Queen and her cohorts ran into one such unit.
Blast. We shan't outrun them. To arms!
And thus Lyrian stood against Lyrian, but first, Meve fought only to stun, to wound, not to kill. Yet she quickly realized the soldiers opposite her held no such reservations. These men who had saluted her but a few days before, and whose faces she knew well, would pull no punches, soften no blows. Meve had no choice but to follow suit. Find an escape route. Once an escape route is found, gain more points than your opponent within 3 turns. Only 1 round. Custom deck. Okay, let's see if I understand this.
Bloody hell, where'd you get to?
We only have 3 Lyrian
Your
Skypemen.
Grace, we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
Okay, Meve has the same ability apparently. Choose a dark ally to escape them. Reynard is this different. Okay, that's not an escape, that's a Grey Rider Bandit. After a different ally is played from hand or moved to the other row, move next to it and boost it by 1. It is not steel and blood that win wars, but information. I guess I'm just gonna play you here.
Should have listened to me,
And boost you.
Don't like this.
So this is just based on luck? What if I guessed on my first try? Deploy clear all rows FX from your side. After 3 turns on turn start, draw the top card from your deck. Enemy straight ahead, but fret not. With side rows are plenty. Okay, this guy looks OP. This guy again. Another Skyteman. I mean, if I'm not gonna guess it by next turn, we lose. Wow. Yeah, rip.
My spirit's willing and how, but
Wait, what the hell is
didn't
happening?
think I'd leave you just like that, did you?
Plot twist.
Honestly? I did.
Gascon is here. Gascon risk. Every turn on turn start, do 1 of 3 at random. Damage a random enemy by 2. Boost a random ally by 2. Move a random enemy to the opposite row. Okay, what do we have here? Straits of Spala. Deploy damage unit by 5. If it's on a row with fire, damage all units on it by 5. The Straits of Spala, the bandits, I was to tend to during your Grace's absence. The situation has gotten out of hand, I fear. Okay. But this guy is called Straits of Spala. And this guy is called Straits Bomber. Set row on fire. I prefer to wake at dawn. My line of work isn't suited for candlelight. Learned that the hard way. Raise Cavalry. Mark a unit every turn on turn start, damage it by 1. When the marked unit is destroyed, mark another random enemy. The strays are growing bolder. They're stealing horses from the Bloody Royal stables. And we also have a slinger. Move 3 cards to the other row on their side. Anywhere units, damage them by 2. What is this, Reynard? Bandits attacking royal tax collectors in broad daylight? And we also have to Skyman. Okay, so I think we need to play this guy first, right? Oh, I have to pass here.
Left, right, left, right.
This could hurt.
Okay, that's not the exit.
Every rib's a thief. For Lyria!
Oh my god, but what is happening here? Lyrian lens
Lady Margarita
sketch.
told us of this.
This guy's playing too many cards.
Your Grace, what guarantee do we have that they won't stab us in the back?
Lyrian Landsknecht Zeal. Zeal, an order ability can be used on the same turn the card is placed on the battlefield. And loyal, gain 1 charge. Damage an enemy and all enemies with the same power by 1. Let's not laugh at their silly arse heads. Believe me. And what is this thing? Immune. Aretuza Adept Plus. Deploy. Choose a bronze ally in your hand or on the battlefield and add 2 copies of it to your deck. Then boost all copies of the unit in hand, deck and on the battlefield by 2. Oh my god, dude, these cards are OP. The adepts every women scatter to. They live like princesses at Aretuza, and in turn half the city lives off servicing them. Seamstresses, millionaires, confectioners, delivery boys. I really don't know what to do here. I think I need to play you
Watch your head.
and do this. Oh my god, I totally forgot to use Reynard's ability. No, I'm dumb.
Again and again and again.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna play this guy later. I think we play you. And how much damage does you do? Only 1 damage?
Yeah, yeah.
Mark a unit every turn on turn, start damage by 1. Oh, this is immune. That's why I can't target her.
We'll catch 'em all.
I guess then I'm gonna target this guy.
Cursed traitors.
Army's a waste of time for him like me.
Dude, calm down. Holy shit. This guy keeps drawing cards. Oh my god, where's the exit? Right, man. Because I have to use Meve's ability. I mean, his board is full. That's good, right?
The chase is on.
I mean, I don't even want to kill his units, right? Because he's just gonna play another unit. Oh my god, I totally forgot to use. I'm trolling, I'm completely trolling. Well, it's fine, it's fine. 2 allies left. Okay, there's the gate. When this card timer expires, the city gates will shut. In that moment, if Meve has less points... Okay, so apparently it was kind of good that I didn't use Reinar's ability 2 turns.
Aye.
Oh my god, but he's not gonna do damage to all units because the rows aren't on fire anymore. Wow. Because of this guy. There are row effects. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
Ever have a storm
It
knock
really
out one
doesn't
you'd
matter.
see? I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
I guess I won.
I thank you, Gascon. You and your men, for your aid.
'Tis nought, my lady. Strays never say no to a proper brawl.
No brawl this was. Sun rising against Mother. Lyrian striking at Lyrian. I fear a blood war's begun.
Come now. Seems to me the war's ended. Your realm's lost to Nilfgaard. You've no army to speak of.
Then I shall assemble a new one. And with it have Caldwell hanged. And drive Nilfgaard back across the Yaruga.
You're mad. How will you find the men? Riding from hamlet to hamlet, speaking from atop a crate?
No. I shall find them in Aedirn. I've a favour to call in with King Demavend. And I'll sway volunteers to my cause on the way.
Well, you've your first willing warriors already.
How so?
We've nothing left in Lyria. Our hideouts are compromised. Caldwell's sure to set a price on our heads, and Nilfgaardians roam the land in numbers. Besides, I'll be right tickled to see proud Queen Meve fighting elbow to elbow with a bandit she'd wish to hang just a half day afore.
Well, it is said my foe's foe is my friend, and I'd be a fool to turn down assistance now, no matter who offers. So be it.
Oh my god. Gascon actually joined the party. And we have strays in the party.
Very high-minded of you, my lady. So, shall we shake on't? Nay? Well then, the high road beckons. Though first we must escape the city with our lives. Follow me.
Lyria was hers no more. Meve now had to flee her capital and realm as quickly as she could. Wont to travel the city streets in a gilded carriage, the Queen now saw them from a slightly different vantage point.
Is this the only way? Are you quite certain? The Queen?
Is a common fugitive now, so she'd do better to pinch her nose and whinge not at all.
At long last, Meve reached the gate. Yet this she found shut tight, locked and guarded.
Gods be damned.
Easy, your grace. Nothing we can't solve with a quiver full of quarrels.
Those are our men.
They were, Reynard, were.
Gascon's raiders were poised to loose their bolts, but were thwarted when the Queen stepped out in front of them.
What she... Your Majesty? I've orders to arrest your grace.
Place me in irons, then.
Please understand, I haven't a choice.
Fear not. You'll be rewarded by Caldwell in Nilfgaardian Florence.
The captain's head dropped. His cheeks burned crimson.
Go, your grace. Flee now, but only to return.
Remember this, Gascon. I'm no fugitive. I'm a queen, robbed of her rightful crown. And though I may need to venture to the world's end before I return, I shall have it back.
This is going to be the end for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. You can ask me anything you want in the comments. I answer to every single comment. Subscribe and hit the bell for more Thronebreaker. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace.